Hello everyone, and I welcome you all to another video of our stack series. So in previous of videos, we learned about stack, implementation of stack using C++ and linked list, and then we saw the inbuilt stack function of STL class. All right. So now it's time to do few questions. So the first question which we are going to do is valid parentheses. So this is one of the most fundamental question of stack. All right. So let's dive into the question. So given a string S containing just the characters, which is like small bracket opening, small bracket closing, curly bracket opening, curly bracket closing, square bracket opening and square bracket closing, determine if the input string is valid or not. Alright. So an input string is valid only if open brackets must be closed by the same type of brackets and open brackets must be closed in the correct order. So let's talk about the correct order first. What is the correct order? Suppose I have this thing. Alright, these are my brackets. And what would be the closing sequence? First, this bracket would close, and this bracket would close, and then this bracket would close. Alright. So just by a mere observation, you can see the last bracket which we used is going to be closed first. Alright. I'm going to repeat my statement. The last bracket inserted, opening bracket inserted, is going to be closed first. Doesn't it sound like stack? The last in, first out. Right? Suppose if I take a stack and I input my opening brackets, and if I come across a closing bracket, it should be corresponding to the top one. Right? So this is what we have to do. All right. So there are a few conditions. So let's talk about the conditions. If we come across a closing bracket and if we check if this is the corresponding bracket of it or not, if it is, we'll continue. Otherwise, we'll return false. That is the first thing. Another thing could be that suppose this thing is empty here, right? And still we come across a bracket. Then also this would be like false. All right. And suppose we just iterated over the string and we still have some elements in the bracket like this element or this element. That means these don't have the closing brackets, hence the answer here would also be false. So keeping everything in mind, try to write down the code on your own. The link is given in the description of this question. So try to write down the question on your own. Otherwise, I'm going to solve it. Okay. Let's try and write the code. First, obviously, we are going to have a stack of char sg. Alright. Now what we are going to do, for int I is equal to 0 is dot length I plus plus, and so what does this mean? We are iterating over the whole string length. So if I say if si is equal to this, or si is equal to this, si is equal to, which bracket is left? Alright, small bracket. This. Then we are simply going to push sin. That means we're going to push the opening ones, right? Otherwise, suppose if our stack is empty, we'll return false. Otherwise, what we are going to do, if is matching, that is stack dot top comma si. So is matching is basically a function which will see if the opening bracket and closing bracket are corresponding. We'll make this as matching function, but for now let's let you understand that this is what is matching to here. Okay, cool. Then we are simply going to v dot pop. Otherwise, simply we are going to return false. In the end, we'll return. Okay, in the end, we'll return. This is okay. I made some errors. This is, yeah, this is making no sense. So if I am saying if, what is going to happen here? I'm saying if st dot empty return true, else return false. Cool. Let's try and run this code. Okay, 1 minute. I didn't make the mismatching function. Right, that is our error. Let's make our is matching function. So here I'm going to have carry and char b. I'm simply going to return if a is equal to this and b is equal to this, or a is equal to this and b is equal to this, or a is equal to which bracket is left? Alright, and b is equal to this. Alright, cool. That means if a and b are this, we will return true. If a and b are this, we will return true. If a is this and b is this, we will simply returning true. Okay. Now let's try and run this code. Hopefully it should work. Right. Okay, we are getting the test case as accepted. Now let's try and submit this code. Okay, we got the correct output and our runtime is 0 milliseconds. Cool. So this was, the one of the most fundamental questions, because even in these, when you like iterate to the question, you understand that the last opening bracket should be closed first. This statement, like, you should inculcate that we have to use stack here. Alright, so I guess that was all for this video. If you have any doubts regarding this video, you may ask in the comment section, and in the further videos I'm going to do some more questions on our stack. So thank you for watching. See you later.